All right, welcome back to another episode of the Knup Sports Show. I'm your host, Ryan Knuppel, here with you each and every episode. Thank you so much for taking just a little bit of time out of your day to tune in and hear what we got going on in the world of iGaming and sports betting. Today, we are super blessed to have another special guest with us. We have Johnny Avello, the head of race and sportsbook operations at DraftKings with us. Johnny, thank you for joining me.
My pleasure, Ryan.
Hey, appreciate you being here, taking some time out of your busy day and just talking to the audience. So how you been doing through this COVID pandemic? Have you been hanging in there?
Yeah, I have. The company has. I think we've done pretty well. You lose that March Madness tournament and you throw your hands up in the air and you say, what do we do? But we're able to pivot and bring on some different types of content. And to be honest, we've done really, really well. And now we have things back again to core sports and kind of all as well.
Yeah, that's good. And you make a good point, pivoting. We talk a lot about pivoting through this, when we talk with different businesses, and that seems to be the common word that people use. What's one thing that DraftKings did to, I guess, pivot during the sports shutdown? Is there anything in particular that stands out that you guys did that you would call pivoting?
Well, let's talk about the sports themselves. We're able to find content as using maybe more obscure soccer leagues than we would normally use, Australian rules football, darts, professional darts, table tennis. So, a lot of different things and esports. Esports has done really well. So, you take things that you dabble in a little bit and they become kind of your core offerings. But I've got to tell you, Ryan, this is the good part about all of this when it all shakes out. Is that core sports are back and everybody loves betting basketball and hockey and baseball, and those are doing so well right now. But those other products that we offered, they're here to stay. So we've added those to our menu, and now we have an extensive menu for our guests.
Yeah, that's very cool. And DraftKings, is very well established back from the DFS days. And now, with diving in as an operator here in the U.S., what kind of, I guess, things have you guys learned from the DFS days to now? What kind of, I guess, you had to have had some momentum with the DFS days. Now you're in the sports betting days. I guess what kind of changes is it when you're now working with sports betting compared to DFS, if that makes sense at all?
Yeah, well, remember, the company was founded in 2012, by the three owners. In fantasy. And fantasy was all they had up into 2018. They turned it into the best fantasy product out there. And I think in the back of their mind, they always knew that they wanted to expand it into sports wagering when and if it would happen. And it did happen. Now turn the focus to July 2018. PASPA gets overturned. DraftKings is in the sportsbook business. And now we're in multiple states. So, we're just picking off states now, and we're just on a great ride.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, expand on that a little bit, because we know that states are slowly but surely joining. I still can't get my state here in Florida, where I'm located. I can't get them to make any moves. But tell us a little bit about your expansion, starting probably there in New Jersey, and now tell us some things that DraftKings have been doing in different states.
Some states we are in both retail and digital. Now, what that means is that you can walk into a location, a bricks and mortar location. That would be the retail. And then, of course, the digital is available to bet online. And in some states we're in both. We do both of those. In some states we don't. New York, we just have a retail location up in Del Lago. In Mississippi, we have a retail location. And so therefore, those places are doing well, but not as well as they should be doing, because I got to tell you that digital is the future of this business. Being able to open up an account from anywhere within the borders, being able to download the app, make your wager, fund it, withdraw it, that's where we need to be everywhere. So everybody will have that eventually, but not everybody does right now. But most of the places we're in are the digital and the retail both.
On that note, what is DraftKings doing specifically, or what can DraftKings do to help urge the states and the legislations that maybe aren't digitally or that aren't mobile. I mean, how do we convince them that that's the future and that they're really missing out on a big chunk of the pie here without doing that? I mean, is there conversations going on and that you guys are a part of trying to help convince these states that they're missing out?
Certainly. I mean, there's a whole team that works for DraftKings, and that's what they do is, talk to states and try to convince them that this is, what you want to do. Now, we're thinking the way you are. You don't have to convince us, right?
No.
you know, we know that this is fun entertainment, and people would love to have it in their states and would embrace it. Some states are a little bit slower coming around than others. Our recent opening was just in Illinois, Casino Queen,
Yep.
and we are there both the retail and with the digital. With the digital, you have to actually go into the bricks and mortar location, sign up, and then you can bet within the boundaries of the state. That's a little cumbersome, but it's something. But we want to convince everyone there that the best way to do it, of course, is to sign up without having to come into the bricks and mortar location. So some states are a little bit slow to get it going the way that we feel is the most efficient way to do it. But hey, we're just glad to be in Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois is going to be a great state, and that's my home state. I mean, that's where I lived most of my life, and so I'd urge people, go to schedule. Well, you can't really go to a Cardinal game right now, but when baseball's going in their hometown and Cardinals, you can go to their games. Casino Queen's right there. That used to be my place. I'd go to Casino Queen, play in the casino. Now I'd love to go visit you guys' sportsbook there. So that's a great spot right there in kind of East St. Louis area. Good spot for you guys. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, the St. Louis being right across the river, we're getting a lot of people to come over and play. And we're actually doing signups right in the parking lot. That's all.
Nice.
So we're making it easy for the customers that just want to come over and get it done quick. And then now they're signed up and they don't need to go into the Casino Queen if they don't want to. But we're trying to make it as easy as possible for the user.
Yeah, for sure. So let's touch a little bit on, sports is kind of coming back here or there. Everybody has their eyes and their focus on what's going to happen with football, right? I mean, right now, college football is kind of in flux with the Big Ten already shutting down what they're going to do, and some other conferences talking about that. But I want to talk a little bit about professional football. I know you guys have a pro football pick'em championship coming up, right? It's something that you guys have announced or are going to announce here soon. Can you tell us a little bit about your plans for the upcoming NFL season, assuming we can play and we have a season?
Yeah, so I'll talk about the new contest coming up. It's a pro football contest, as you mentioned, pick'em championship. It's a $1,500 entry fee. You have to pick 5 games per week, 5 selections per week against the spread. Now, we're allowing the participant to take off 2 weeks, bye weeks, so to speak. So why not, if the teams are taking off, why not the player get a couple of weeks off too? And we're not using the last week of the season, week 17. So what it comes down to are 70 picks, 5 picks a week, selections against the spread. $1 million top prize to the winner. Multi-states. Right now, we are in New Jersey. We are in New Hampshire. We're working with some regulators to announce some new states, hopefully, here soon. It's easy to play. It's all done on the mobile app. As long as you're within the boundaries of those states, just make your selections. You're always in it regardless of what kind of a week or month you're having, because if you go 5-0, you get a free $100 bet, no matter when you do that during the course of the contest. There's no proxies, so you get 100% of your winnings. We think it's one of the best football contests out there, and it's only going to get better from year to year as we continue to expand it across the country.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's going to be fun. I always enjoy playing in those types of contests over the years. Obviously, the big one that everybody talks about is the super contest out in Vegas. And so this is like a next level. Sounds like you guys have added some improvements to some things that maybe you could see being better with this contest. So I'm excited to see where that goes. And $1 million to first place. Who doesn't want to try that? It's that's amazing. So I urge everybody listening, so New Hampshire, New Jersey, and possibly some more states, if you're there, take a look at that contest, get out there and play. Man, I wish I could play. It's killing me here. What's going to happen with Florida? Are we getting any closer?
I don't know. I'd like to tell you yes, but
yeah, I know your guess is as good as mine, right? That's
exactly.
Well, cool. So what else is new with DraftKings? Any other announcements, anything else that you want to talk to the audience about, or just anything on your mind in general?
Well, one thing I would tell the audience that DraftKings has that everybody can play in across the country is our free pools.
Mm.
We offer free pools every day, multiple pools to get in. Cost you no money. We put up the prize money. And what pools are, they're things like the presidential election. We have like 10 different selections in there. And you pick one each from each 10, and we pay off the winners. We have it. We do it on horse race. We do it on the weather. We do it on housewives shows. We do it on Top Chef, and so it's for entertainment. It's great, and anybody out there can play. So I would tell everybody from every state, Florida and every other state that's listening, to go on to DraftKings website. I go to sportsbook.draftkings.com. That's an easy way to get there. Look at the free pools, register, and you're up and playing. And you get to look at all that wonderful content that we display.
Yeah, amazing. And one last question before we get going. So, and this, may piggyback right on that last comment of the wonderful graphics and this content and all the stuff that you guys have. What would you say is the one thing that sets DraftKings apart from all of these other operators that are coming into this space? A lot of new sportsbook names that are coming in. What's the one or two things that really sets DraftKings sportsbook apart in your mind?
Well, first of all, it's a very innovative staff, and constantly coming up with new ideas to make us better. So we're constantly doing that, trying to come up with either the new content or new type of bet. The app is so easy to use. I've been in this business a long time, and I've seen a lot of product. It's the most user-friendly to navigate through our app, and that's important because you want to get around. You don't want to have to stumble and use most of your time finding where you need to get to. And it's very stable. This thing works. You have very few issues. So there's many things about DraftKings that I can talk about. We can talk about an hour here about because I've only been with the company about 2 years.
Yeah.
And just amazing company that continues to press the boundaries. We try to just make this best possible user experience that they could have.
That's amazing. I said I was only going to ask one more question, but now I got another one because I'd like to hear just a little bit about your background. We kind of skipped over that. So you've only been with DraftKings a couple years. What got you there? How did you get from where you were to DraftKings? Tell us a little bit about your path getting there individually.
I've been in Las Vegas since 1979, and when I first came to town, I was in the table game area, the pits. And so I could do all the games, and I did that for about 5-6 years. And then I moved over to race and sports, and I did start at the very bottom again in race and sports, a ticket writer, an admin, supervisor, odds maker. I kind of did the progression all the way up because I always like to learn everything from the bottom up. And I got to tell you, the difference between sports, book wagering, and casino table games is night and day. Oh. Those games are structured. You roll a 5, you got to roll a 5 again before a 7. You spin the wheel, you put your money on 31, you got to hit 31, right? In 21, you either hit a soft 17, if you go over 21, you bust. But in sports wagering, when we make the line, we say, do I make the line 6.5 or 7? I took a big bet on this game. Do I move the line or don't I move the line? So there's a lot more thought process into it, and it's a much more gray area, and there's many more decisions to make. Makes it a fun industry to work in.
That's what I was going to say, man. I mean, with all the number of games and the decisions and the movements and the money coming in and all of that, I mean, that's just makes my head spin. But you guys clearly have a good team behind you to kind of make that happen. So that's amazing. Well, Johnny, I won't keep any more of your time. If anybody wanted to learn more about DraftKings, learn more about what you do, or possibly get a hold of you, what's the best possible avenue to get out there and reach out to you guys?
Well, first of all, if you want to know what we do, go to our website because everything is there, which is, DraftKings.com, or if you want to go to Sportsbook. Anybody can get a hold of me anytime. My email is javello@DraftKings.com. Anybody wants to email me, be free to do so. I'll be glad to answer your question. And if I can't answer it, I guarantee I get back to you with an answer because I will find that answer.
That's amazing. Johnny Avello, the head of race and sportsbook at DraftKings. Johnny, really, truly appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time. Thank you for being here. And, good luck with everything as the states continue on. Good luck with everything.
Thank you very much, Ryan.
All right, everybody, take care. Thank you for listening. Stay safe out there. This was Johnny Avello with DraftKings. Until next time, everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye.